I'm a business coach, and I work with people who are successful and stuck, and I work with them to get them unstuck. And so, where's an area that people are stuck when it comes to just overall incentive programs within their company?
I think they get stuck at the culture level.
Mm,
The reality is if you think about growing a company and breaking out of kind of your own shadow, a lot of contractors struggle to grow out of their own shadow. If they're not at the job site, they're not sure what's happening. Well, the anchor of that evolution comes from your culture. Do you create an environment where you have the authenticity, the communications, the focus on growth, the focus on your people as a cultural structure so that your company is successful if you're not staring at what's happening?
yeah.
You could be doing something else and that company is successful and moving the direction you want it to go when you're not there. And we see people get stuck there all the time at stages of their growth.
Yeah. It's interesting when you talk about culturally and people get stuck. It's kind of like what I find as a business coach is sometimes they're just stuck in the lineage of what was, and so sometimes paying attention to figuring out where change needs to happen takes a little space and time to find that space, get feedback, listen to your people, really look at it. And so how would you suggest people kind of relook at how they're doing things, relook at their culture, kind of, with new eyes and new ears?
I would always start, the first thing we always want to understand with culture, start with a question of authenticity.
Yeah.
I think sometimes we have an idea of what our culture is, but when we look at what we do in practice, it's different. If you're not authentic about who you are, regardless of what that is, that will break the initiatives that you think you're trying to implement to adjust and evolve your culture, your operations, etc.
Yeah.
So start with, for example, if you're like, all right, I really care about my people and I care about their families, but the reality is on Thursday afternoon, if we've got a job to finish, Bob, I know your kid's baseball game is this evening, but we got to finish the work, right? Now, maybe that's okay. Maybe that is what your culture is. Your culture's focused on we put our work first and then we take care of our families. But if your culture is, no, I want you to get to your kid's baseball game, but then you don't deliver upon that
Yeah.
operationally, it's a disconnect. So
Yeah.
start with authenticity.
Yeah. Yeah. Walking the talk. I like that. I think it's great.